Martin Luther, 16th century. In order to raise up Adam after the fall, God gave him this promise when he said to the serpent, "I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel." In this word of promise, Adam, together with his descendants, was carried, as it were, in God's bosom. And by faith in it, he was preserved, waiting patiently for the woman who should bruise the serpent's head, as God had promised. And in that faith and expectation he died, not knowing when or who she would be, yet never doubting that she would come. For such a promise, being the truth of God, preserves even in hell those who believe it and wait for it. After this came another promise made to Noah, and to last until the time of Abraham, when a bow was set in the clouds as a sign of the covenant, by faith in which Noah and his descendants found God gracious. After that, he promised Abraham that all the nations should be blessed in his seed. And this is Abraham's bosom, into which his descendants have been received. Then to Moses and the children of Israel, especially to David, he gave the plainest promise of Christ, and thereby, at last, made clear what the promise to the men of old really was. And so it finally came to the most perfect promise of all, that of the New Testament, in which, in plain words, life and salvation are freely promised and actually granted to those who believe the promise. Martin Luther.